The music world was rocked to its core when DJ Avicii was found dead aged just 28. Born in Sweden, the star, whose real name was Tim Bergling, had been holidaying in the beach resort of Muscat Hills, Oman, when he took his own life in 2018 after years of mental health issues. The star, who would have turned 33 today, was overwhelmed by the pressures of fame. And after doing 813 shows in 8 years, the exhausted DJ told his team, "I have said, I'm going to die. I have said it so many times. And so I don't want to hear that I should entertain the thought of doing another gig." He walked away from touring for good in 2016, but sadly it wasn't enough to save the troubled musician, who suffered serious physical problems because of his drinking. Have you got a story to share? We want to hear all about it. Email us at yourmirror@mirror.co.uk. Speaking about his issues, he once explained, "In the beginning I was too afraid to drink before shows because I was afraid I'd screw it up, but I realized I was too stiff, so I started having a couple of drinks before going on. I saw other DJs drinking, who had been doing that for 10 years for every show." It was during his Australian tour that the first serious signs something was badly wrong became apparent. Avicii was on a flight when he started suffering from agonizing stomach pains and was rushed to hospital when he landed. He was diagnosed with pancreatitis and told he was not well enough to perform. In chilling footage, the DJ, clearly in a huge amount of pain, was seen asking if it's possible for him to be discharged so he can continue with his tour. While flying around the globe on private jets and playing in front of huge crowds of adoring fans sounds amazing, in reality it was having a devastating impact on Tim. In 2014 he had an operation to remove his gallbladder and appendix, but his problems were far from over. By 2015, Tim was battling anxiety while he constantly toured and tried to work on his second album, The Hugely Successful Stories. In 2016 he walked away from touring for good, and at the time of his death he had embarked on a much-needed holiday after spending months recording new music. Before leaving, had spent weeks working with songwriter Joe Janiak, who said he appeared to be anything but suicidal. "You could tell he had spent a long time figuring out the puzzle, and he was trying to take charge of his life," Janiak told Rolling Stone. "He seemed pumped. That's the shocking thing. He didn't seem like a guy at the end of his days." In a bid to tackle his anxiety, Tim had started to meditate. In a diary entry, he admitted the practice had taken him to a scary place. "It feels like I am in a new default mode of being, which is very new and a little bit scary. It felt like the fears the last couple of days caused havoc in me, but I remember the tip to focus on my breathing," he wrote. And according to the New York Post, just a day before his death a friend the star had made in Oman called his father amid concerns about his meditations, explaining that he wasn't eating or speaking. The final chilling entry in his diary read, "The shedding of the soul is the last attachment, before it restarts." Swedish entertainment news website Stolpe claimed that in the hours before his death, Tim called a family member who was so disturbed by what they heard that they immediately caught a flight to Oman. Tragically, the plane touched down 2 hours too late. The family was aware that Tim was mentally unwell. "It went up and down, but when he was in Oman it got worse," a source said. When they spoke to Tim on the phone, they got worried. The family understood that it was bad and that they had to act. The plane landed 2 hours after Tim had passed away. In a suicide note, Avicii told his loved ones he couldn't go on any longer, and following his tragic death, his devastated family said their son wanted peace. A heartbreaking statement read, "Our beloved Tim was a seeker, a fragile artistic soul searching for answers to existential questions. An overachieving perfectionist who traveled and worked hard at a pace that led to extreme stress. When he stopped touring, he wanted to find a balance in life to be able to be happy and to do what he loved most, music. He really struggled with thoughts about meaning, life, happiness. He could now not go on any longer. He wanted to find peace. Tim was not made for the business machine he found himself in. He was a sensitive guy who loved his fans but shunned the spotlight. Tim, you will forever be loved and sadly missed. The person you were and your music will keep your memory alive. If you're struggling and need to talk, the Samaritans operate a free helpline open 24/7 on 116 123. Alternatively, you can email joe@samaritans. or visit their site to find your local branch. For more of the news you care about, straight to your inbox, sign up for one of our daily newsletters here.